Welcome to Class Technology 101. I am your resident veteran teacher, Kate, and I'm so excited that you've stopped by today. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell because we have so many more videos coming out and I don't want you to miss any of them. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you. I really appreciate it. So, we have been looking at alphabetical advice. And for those of you that have been following along, you know that we have reached the letter G. And for those of you that are new, I sincerely hope that you'll go back and watch the other videos because I feel like there's really good advice in there. And they're not too long. I try to make these not too long. I mean, if you've seen my report card video, you know what I'm talking about. So these tend to be, you know, about 10 minutes or less. Okay, so I have to say that if you watched my video on D, you know that I wait to see what your comments are, and then I typically choose a word that you guys have not chosen, just to be difficult. But I have to say that, you know, went with my friends last week. We were out and about, and I said, he said, how's your alphabetical advice going? And I said, oh, it's great, but I'm going to be stuck on G. Like, I don't have a word for G. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he came up with a great word. And so that was kind of like, that was nice for me because I couldn't come up with a word. And so anyway, I know you're probably thinking, what is it? What is it? What is it? And for everybody that's playing along, thank you. You are making this a lot of fun. Now, one of you did get it right. And you're probably thinking, like, spill the beans, lady. Let's go. I want to know if it's me. And I am going to tell you, but you're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. Suspense. Okay, so for those of you that are new, I encourage you to go watch our other videos because I think they're very sound and they'd be very helpful. And so let's go ahead and break it down, see if we can remember. Okay, A was for administration, B was for balance, C was for change, D was for documentation, E was for evaluations, and F was for focus. So what is letter G going to be? What is it going to be? Well, I'm happy to announce that one of you did get it right. And I am batting now 7 for 7. I get them all right, obviously, duh, because I'm making the videos. But one of you now is 1 for 7. And the winner is the person who said G is for grading. I believe it was you, Brandon. So why would I pick grading? Okay, so I want to go back to what my first year of teaching back in the States was like. And I worked myself to the bone and I thought I had to hand out every worksheet and I had to grade everything. And it got to the point where the grading became so much more than I could ever keep on top of, to the point where I would spend, 3 hours a night grading papers, right? Like, that's crazy if you think about it, because you work an entire day and then you are grading at school, you're dealing with all of the stuff that you need to do for admin and for your teams and for the kids and this, that. And then on top of that, you're trying to grade every assignment they ever complete. And it is absolutely nuts. If you think about it, you will completely burn yourself out. How I made it through, no clue, honestly. What I was doing back then, I would never do now. I would never do now. And the reality is that sometimes when you give, assignments to students, it's not necessarily about the grades. Sometimes it's about the learning experience. And I find that when you tell kids, this is not going to be graded, it's not that then they go, oh, I don't have to work very hard on it. You set up those expectations and you tell them, say, this is what I'm expecting you to get from the experience. I am not grading this assignment, but this is what I'm looking for you to gain from the experience. They're still gaining the knowledge. And the reality is, for your kids that have anxiety or kids that are stressed out, it's a nice relief for them as well, because believe it or not, you're gonna have kids you would never, ever, ever guess have massive anxiety about their grades and their tests and things like this. And so, you know, rather than saying everything is graded and it all affects your report card, by telling them it's about the learning experience, they buy into that and they want to do a good job because they want that learning experience for themselves. And so I think what I would like to impart on you about grading is that please do not go into teaching thinking you have to grade every single thing they did. And even if you have the intent that you were gonna grade it and like life gets the better of you and work gets the better of you or something comes up and you can't get to it, it's not going to be the end of the world. Obviously, there are certain things that you have to have grades for. Like we do 3 writing assessments a year. I need to have grades for all of those, right? However, if for some reason I couldn't get to something, I would say, okay, I have this, which absolutely my school needs that, or I have this worksheet that this like mini quiz that they were working on. I don't have time to do both. Like, what are you gonna choose? You're clearly gonna choose the one that the school wants you to give to the students. You don't have to grade everything, even if you assign it, even if you assigned it with the intent that it was going to be graded. And so for me, I think it's super important to you that you find that balance. And I think with grading, you know, you can, even if you assign something, you can quickly look at it. I can kind of eyeball things and quickly know like who's getting it, who's not getting it. And there are other times, in all honesty, where they worked on it and I'm never gonna get to it and I just toss it. And I'm not ashamed to say that, and nor should you be. And I have to tell you, I don't know too many teachers out there that have not taken something that their kids have worked at some point in the year and just tossed it. Like, I mean, it's just the reality, right? It just is. And I don't know, I mean, I can't really speak to middle school or high school, but I can speak to elementary. And the thing is we see them all day long. So I said that as if that was a bad thing. I didn't mean it like that. I realized it came off that way and I totally didn't mean it that way, but we see them all day long. So we have a good sense of what they're getting and what they're not getting. And again, if you're worried about a specific kid, document. You know, keep their stuff. Even if you get rid of everybody else's, the kids that you're worried about, keep their stuff, right? So you have that for your documentation. And if you haven't seen my video on documentation, you should definitely watch it after this one. I think it's a very important video to watch, because that is where I think a lot of beginning teachers make mistakes. So you guys, after you watch my documentation video, I have another video that you could watch if you want a good teacher laugh, and it's how to grade papers like a boss. And I'm going to tell you that there is a comment on there and somebody was very disappointed with that video. And I think that that's part of the reason why I wanted to make this video. And I wrote very respectfully back to that person, but you know, it was just, you gotta go see the comment and then, you know, you can decide whose side you're on. Not that we're taking sides, but take mine. No, I mean, there was no like tit for tat or anything like that. But anyway, you guys, so up next is gonna be the letter H, and I really hope that you guys make a ton of guesses. I feel like people are starting to finally watch these videos. So again, as always, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I really want you along with me on this journey, and my channel's finally growing, so that's pretty cool. And you know, share it up, hit that like button. All those things are gonna help this community grow. And I'm happy that you're here along for the ride. Don't forget to make your guesses for H. And because I've been slacking on these videos, I am filming H next. And so you have a chance of actually getting H right without me changing it on you. So exciting times here at Classroom 101. And from the bottom of my heart to yours, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.